The Caitlin Clark takeover continues as she continues to destroy ESPN ratings. Absolutely took the hammer and smashed the ratings as always. Not only that, Caitlin Clark appears to be in the top 3 for the MVP award. We have got to get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit the bell notification, hype the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. We got to get right into things, man. Caitlin Clark absolutely on fire.
The room went strangely quiet the moment the latest MVP odds appeared on screen. Stephanie White looked stunned as Caitlin Clark didn't simply enter the MVP conversation, she surged past much of the competition. This wasn't just a minor statistical improvement. It represented a major shift in the Fever's hierarchy. For years, Kelsey Mitchell had been one of the franchise's defining stars, with fans building campaigns and celebrating her achievements. Now, Clark's rapid rise is challenging that established order. And the coaching staff's silence only adds fuel to the growing speculation about what is happening behind the scenes in Indiana.
That'd be greatly appreciated. We got to get right into things, man. Caitlin Clark absolutely on fire, took over. And this is what I'm saying. It does not matter. These Dejanay Carringtons that are talentless, they can't take over the spotlight. Y'all talking about race. We're talking to everything else. Caitlin Clark continues to deliver no matter what is going on. Have you noticed they're not running around showing the ratings for all the other teams around the league? Have you noticed that? Is it because the ratings are not good for PR? I think it's bad PR if they show the other ratings because they won't be.
ESPN's WNBA ratings are reaching remarkable levels, and that has clearly caught the attention of the basketball world. Caitlin Clark continues to push the league's audience ceiling higher. For 2 consecutive weeks, ESPN has delivered its second highest viewed WNBA game ever. That kind of audience growth is difficult to ignore. While other teams continue competing for attention, Clark has become a major reason fans are tuning in and staying engaged. The growing gap between her drawing power and the attention surrounding other players is becoming harder for critics to dismiss.
Is it because the ratings are not good for PR? I think it's bad PR if they show the other ratings because they won't be very good. That is why they only show the Caitlin Clark ratings, because while everybody else is running around clout chasing, complaining about this, oh, we want transgenders, oh, we talk about racism, oh, we want to go start a queer league, oh, we want to do this and do that. Caitlin Clark has a real basketball fan base. Her fan base actually watches basketball games, which is why her ratings and viewership reflect that. Take a look at this.
The latest MVP odds tell an important story. Clark is now firmly among the leading candidates, alongside stars such as Aya Wilson and Olivia Miles. That is a dramatic response to the earlier narrative that ranked her among the league's lesser guards. Rather than answering critics with words, Clark is doing it through production. Her scoring and playmaking have combined to make her one of the league's most influential offensive players. When you consider the points she scores and the opportunities she creates for teammates, her overall offensive impact becomes impossible to overlook. For a Fever team benefiting from her presence, that should be something worth celebrating.
Her fan base actually watches basketball games, which is why her ratings and viewership reflect that. Take a look at this. For the second consecutive week, ESPN delivered its second most watched WNBA game ever. Okay, Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky on ABC averaged 2.6 million viewers, up 79%. It says WNBA on ESPN networks is up 5%. Caitlin Clark shutting down the ratings. Shutting it down, taking it over.
That's why Aaliyah Boston's recent comments caught so much attention. During an interview, Boston continued to praise Kelsey Mitchell and highlighted her as a legitimate MVP candidate. Mitchell absolutely deserves recognition for her scoring ability, consistency, and work ethic. But some fans couldn't help noticing the contrast. Where was the same level of public support for Clark? Why does the veteran continue receiving strong praise while the young star generating enormous attention and production appears to receive less of it? Those questions have only intensified the conversation surrounding the Fever.
For MVP as of today, you got A'ja Wilson, Caitlin Clark, and Olivia Miles. Now, what will be very, very interesting here is we saw the Indiana Fever go out and do an MVP campaign for Kelsey Mitchell last season. They went and wore shirts. They wore all types of, they got shirts made. They damn near, Kelsey Mitchell last season. They went and wore shirts. They wore all types of, they got shirts made. They damn near put a Kelsey Mitchell MVP logo in the middle of the court and got rid of the Indiana Fever logo last season. It'll be interesting to see if the Indiana Fever put on the full court press for a Caitlin Clark MVP campaign. That'll be interesting. You know, the Las Vegas Aces are going to have their A'ja Wilson campaign going on. The Minnesota Lynx are already doing their Olivia Miles MVP campaign. Will the Indiana Fever do anything for Caitlin Clark's MVP campaign? And let's take a